What is ancestral land? What exactly is ancestral land? This term refers to territories that indigenous peoples have inhabited for generations. These lands hold deep cultural, spiritual, and historical significance. They are not just physical spaces. They are intertwined with the identity, traditions, and livelihoods of communities that have lived there for centuries. In Latin American history, ancestral lands have played a vital role for indigenous peoples like the Maya, Aztec, Taino, and Inca civilizations. These communities developed sophisticated societies with their own governance systems, agricultural practices, and cultural rituals, all closely tied to the land. However, the arrival of European colonizers, particularly the Spanish, changed everything. The Spanish colonization introduced systems like the encomienda. This system forced indigenous populations to work on land granted to Spanish settlers. Ancestral lands became sources of labor and wealth for the colonizers, disrupting traditional ways of life for indigenous communities. After the encomienda system, the hacienda system took over. Haciendas were large estates that combined agricultural production with livestock raising, often on lands that had been ancestral territories of indigenous peoples. This further entrenched European control over land and led to the displacement and marginalization of indigenous communities. They were forced to adapt to new economic and social structures imposed by their colonizers. Today, the concept of ancestral land remains important in discussions about land rights, cultural preservation, and social justice in Latin America. Many indigenous communities continue to fight for recognition of their ancestral territories. They seek the right to manage these lands according to their traditional practices and cultural values. This struggle reflects a broader desire to reclaim and protect cultural heritage in the face of historical displacement and marginalization. From a Latin cultural perspective, ancestral land is not just a physical place. It symbolizes identity, community, and resilience. It represents a connection to the past and a hope for preserving cultural traditions in the present and future. Understanding ancestral land helps us appreciate the rich history and ongoing struggles of indigenous peoples in Latin America.